Good morning, everyone. Happy full moon in Aquarius at 27 degrees. I sometimes forget that Aquarius is run by Uranus and Saturn. And it's just this is gonna be a big one. Faux shower. I was checking in with my guides and it feels very strong, and so I'm going to offer, even before the disclaimer, to really ground and check in with yourself before you receive this full moon reading. This is my all signs reading for the full moon in full moon in Aquarius at 27 degrees. And this reading, if you are brand new to my table, welcome. My name is Sarah. I am a channel. I channel information. I go right to source energy, and my messages are for the collective during the time of the awakening and the ascension of the planet. I work with those with a growth mindset, and we like to be very efficient in our processes. So I'm just going to hop right into the disclaimer, which is this is a general all signs reading. Never take what I say as doctrine. If this is your first time at my table, definitely go watch the full moon in Aquarius introductory video called RBF. And this is a part of my workshop, which is 3 different videos: the introduction, the all signs reading, and then the channeled message from, the new moon in Leo is from the angels, and sometimes it's from my guides. I really, like I say, I go right to source, and the most accessible message for the highest and greatest good of all involved and invested, with no harm coming to any. These are the declarations that I set before I channel, before I just tell my ego, like, get out of the way, girl. We're going to talk. We're going to talk across time and space to our 12 dearest friends, Aries all the way over to Pisces. And so that's my disclaimer. This is not a reading that you contracted for me. This is donation based. If anything that I ever say or offer you has resonated, or if you've received something from my mission, the links are in the description below. I appreciate every little bit of the donations that I've been receiving as of late. I'm so grateful for every single one of you. And so I'll again continue with introduction if this is your first time here. I like to really invoke a lot of the energy of what's happening. Just like in the introductory video, I had an RBF the entire time I was speaking. So with Saturn and Uranus running this full moon where we all become the werewolf near the end of Aquarius with 2 T-squares, definitely go watch the introductory video. I go over where the planets are, how they're aspecting each other. A lot of really great oomphy information is in there. I'd highly recommend that video for you. And also in the description, I have my 2 digital downloads, very accessible price point. Chart reading foundations, if you're very new, how to read your own chart, how you can use this to go with your own chart to kind of understand what's happening a little bit, how you can really utilize this, because this is like whole sign, all sign reading. So find out where exactly 27 degrees of Aquarius is falling in your chart. What planets are they aspecting? Are you an Aquarius sun, moon, or rising? What planets do you have in Aquarius? How is this full moon going to be affecting you personally? How is it going to be affecting your company? You can have the birth chart of your company. I work with leaders and entrepreneurs. We are creating the new world with our thoughts, words, actions, and intentions. This is a big gulp. This is a big gulp. We're literally hopping paradigms. And this full moon is connected to the new moon that we had in Leo. There's so much going on right now. I have hours of information, that's Jupiter and Gemini for you, just on my channel alone. So what you could watch before this: the new moon in Leo introduction, the full moon in Aquarius introduction. I just literally posted an all signs reading for the Mars-Jupiter conjunction in Gemini. That really will showcase like what is happening during these time periods. And then my digital download, how to work with the moon or how to follow the moon, the link is below. It's a very accessible price point. I think that one's only $4.99, and it has 4 videos about what to do: new moon, in between new moon, full moon, in between full moon, new moon. So we've got a full moon. We all become the werewolf. We're all gonna be a little cuckoo pants. This is happening on the 19th, 20th, depending on where you are on the planet. I myself am, taking a more personal day. So I'm putting all of my content out before the full moon, and I'm not going to be taking clients that day. I'm just going to really let myself howl with it. And I think that's it. I'm working on my self-mastery program. That's going to be available on the 2nd of September. I have a lot of new, not a lot of new, but some old programs that I kind of backburnered are coming to the forefront, and some things that I had been really working on are I'm really utilizing this Mercury retrograde, and I'm putting to rest a lot of different things that really don't serve my most authentic timeline. So I have an iced matcha with honey, of water, a pitcher of water, the remnants of my coffee. My all signs, we usually are here for the better part of 2 hours with each other. So let's get into it. Please go grab your coffee or tea, go grab your journal, go grab your chart and the chart of your company. I am gonna, hopefully this week, I don't know when I'm gonna get the new Uranus, but this could be the last time you see this Uranus, and then the next one. I don't know. I know I've been saying that for months now, but we'll use Uranus as the pause. It looks like a bunny. Okay, so let me introduce the board and the planets. So the board starts in Aries and goes all the way around over to Pisces. I'll timestamp every sign, and always watch for your rising sign first. Find exactly where 27 degrees of Aquarius is falling, and then you can watch your sun sign and your moon sign to get the vibration, to get the energy. Like the description states, my voice, and when you're watching me sitting looking into my big old bug eyes, it's just unlocking codes within you. So know that if any of this is going over your head, we're just chatting. YouTube helps us transcend time and space in a quantum, multi-dimensional way. I got incense going, I got like candles going, I got the whole thing. It's good stuff. Okay, so we already introduced Saturn, Uranus, and both of those planets are part of the T-squares. I know, I can't make this up. This is Jupiter. She's plump. She is plump. Mars and Venus. Mercury, communication, the sun, the moon. Oh boy. Pluto, Neptune. I don't know why I'm doing it in pairs, but Chiron, and Lilith. And the North Node and the South Node, I always place down like this, so you can see that the North Node is in Aries, what we're coming into, and the South Node, the short end, is what we're releasing and what we're leaving behind. So let's get started. Aries rising, Aries sun, Aries moon. How are you doing, Aries? Sun, Moon, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto. Okay. This feels like an emotional one for you. This feels really emotional right now. You know, the fifth house is play, joy, creativity, romance, childlike spirits, kiddos. I feel like your inner child needs a day. And then the full moon over here is in your house of community, friendships, and wishes for the future. Some of you are going to be losing a friend or losing a friend group, or I feel like you already know. I feel like you already know. And I just want to hold you. And you're like, but my friend group is getting so small. My community is getting so small. It's because there will be, you know, new moon in Virgo coming up, a rebirth of your daily life. Like, what if I told you, and we've been talking about this, Aries, that by Libra season, you have an unrecognizable life, an energy, an essence. And so really use this full moon to celebrate. And this could be a job that you're in. It's like there's this environment that there's the last little bit of you recognizing that you're like, I'm about, you know, Aries dude, you literally know, I'm having a full body chill. You know you're about to pop. You know something that you're doing is about to pop. Something you're creating is literally about to pop. Literally about to pop. Literally about to pop. About to pop. Like everything is just working out well. And it's very unconscious and subconscious. Some of you are saying like, no, it's conscious. I'm lonely and I don't want to constantly be alone anymore, Sarah. I know. I want to hug you. You can't stay small for the people around you. You can't stay broke for the people around you. I'm sorry, Aries. You can't stay broke for the people around you. You can't have these conversations anymore. Yeah, Jupiter and Mars expanding your house of communication. Literally, it's not that you're even going to have like a big sit down with someone or a community. The universe is literally, I'm listening to my guides right now. It's like an investment is coming for you. Something is coming and it's like, it's happening now. You can feel it vibrationally and you know it. You've been doing some very deep inner work and you're prepared for it. You might not be able to see past this time period right now. You might not be able to see the how. That's not your business. That's God's business. You just know what it is. You planted the seed. You placed the order. You've been following the moon. You've been doing your work. Aries, I'm really proud of you. This is not easy stuff at all. But like the sun, moon, T-square with Uranus, house of money, creativity, community. That's powerful stuff. Where's my other T-spirit? Oh, Jesus God. Venus, Saturn. Girl, I can't make this up. My guy. Daily life, soul purpose, communication, short trips. Yeah, some of you have like a little trip that's coming up, something that is going to be so much bigger than you think it's going to be. I would really just like literally spend some time nurturing your inner child or inner teenager for this time period. And don't let them act afoot. Don't let them act up. You're like, Sarah, you're telling me to enjoy my inner child and inner teenager. Yeah, like at work, like take the day off and then let them play and let them roll around in paint or let them roll around in mud or watch The Notebook or, you know, Ferngully. Like literally do the things, but without... Like when you let them run the avatar, when you let them come out and you play with them and you reparent them and you do the things that you need to do, you're in do not disturb. You're not sitting in a meeting. You're not making big decisions. Or talk to your partner. Hire a nanny for the night. Do the thing where you delegate to your second in command, say, you're in charge. I'm going out to howl at the moon. I'm going out to do some woo-woo. I'm going out into the woods. I'm going to do the things that I need to do to celebrate. Remember what we talked about a few weeks ago at the new moon? We're celebrating in a way that our future self celebrates. Your future self that you're becoming right now, it's like your future self and your higher self, you're becoming that right now in a very powerful way, Aries. This is so deep. This is so deep. And you're really trusting yourself right now. So you're most authentic, wealthiest, most abundant self would literally hire someone to maybe book a massage, order takeaway, do something that just nurtures and nourishes yourself. It's like I'm hearing, even if you feel like you're stretching it a little bit right now, that's okay. Don't overdo it. Obviously, like, don't overspend to like you can't pay your normal bills. But like when you would normally say like I'm healing my inner child by cooking a meal, just order takeaway and just tip $5-10 and just do the thing. Like a small action with a massive, massive oomphiness behind it. Aries, that's big stuff. That's big stuff. That new moon comes in your 6th house of everyday life and practical service. Pluto's going to go back into your 10th house of career in September 1st. You've got real big planetary, like, positive, intense validation, but also assistance. Like real intense assistance coming for you right now, Aries. So I would just wield that sword and harness it, and then give yourself the quiet space for this full moon, for this weekend, to just like be in your private space with your private people. That's it. Yeah, that Aries, that community or the community member that's talking about you behind your back, or that's whatever, as I'm talking, it feels kind of like they're trying to like crawl into your backpack a little bit. It'll happen naturally. It'll happen so naturally, and you'll be able to walk away from situations. You are actively walking away from situations that don't serve your highest and greatest good, Aries. So I'm really proud of you. Taurus. Taurus rising, Taurus sun, Taurus moon. Welcome to your donation-based all signs reading for this full moon in Aquarius. I know not everybody knows that that's how I say Aquarius every single time, because I say it only to Aquarius. So Aquarius every time, every single time. Yeah, they're probably sick of that by now, but everybody gets to enjoy it today. So okay, Taurus. I'm just going to highlight this is completely donation based. Please definitely go watch the disclaimer before I get started, and it's a must watch to be able to receive my content. And if anything that I ever say resonates, please, link is below for donation. Some of you are fed up and you're walking away. Some of you are moving. Some of you are really in a space of enough is enough. I'm done. I don't want to be creating content anymore. Like, some of you are really like ending a very, very defined path that you thought that you were on. It's fascinating. I think that Mercury retrograde has a lot to do with it. Venus right now in your house of play, joy, romance, childlike spirits, and creative expression. Some of you are going back to like singing and dancing and movement and art and painting, and not really caring so much about like the title. And be like, oh my God, Taurus figured it out. You're like, nope, actually, I'm just gonna sell the house, do the thing, and just be with my VIP people. Money is expanding naturally. You're really working with the laws of the universe right now. Full body chill on that, and you're understanding that your soul purpose is more important than, it's so beautiful, Taurus. It's like you're saying to me like, I've healed the mother and father wound within me, so I don't have to prove mother and father right in the external world. I'm just fine doing what it is that I'm doing, and it's actually making me more money. So I love that for you. I love that for you. Yeah, I feel like this Pluto retrograding back into Capricorn is going to be a really positive, like, it just, I'm just seeing the glyph of like the archer, like you're like, and you're just going into the actual authentic timeline that you're meant to be on. You know, maybe something that started since 2008 when Pluto went into your 9th house. You know, this is a square is forming right now. Pluto in Aquarius, fixed air, is going to be squaring your fixed earth. So you have some real like good tension, like that, just like the T-square that we have over here of Venus, Saturn, and Jupiter, Sun, Moon, Uranus in your sign. We have those two T-squares. We talked about that in the All Signs in the introductory video. Definitely go check that out, or do some research on squares. See what degree your sun sign falls in. When does Pluto square? Find out what degree your natal rising sign, sun sign, or moon of Taurus is, because Pluto will be squaring that. Find out what's going on for you. When's that going to hit? Yeah, I'm so proud of this community, because I just keep seeing everyone just really following the advice of these readings. And you're like, yeah, I really kind of like don't care what people think about me right now. I just kind of want to enjoy my life and be with my people. Like, I don't care what people are saying about me. I don't care what, and it's okay to feel it. You know, I don't always like reading, you know, disrespectful comments. I don't always like reading what people have to say in those capacities, but the more you do it and the more you nurture, it just becomes easier. You know, I was watching some stuff from a year ago that I was so nervous to, you know, even just channel a past life tale. And now I'm like, no, we're talking to the angels. Let's do this. Let's do this. And it doesn't matter, you know, it doesn't matter that you can, you know, see my tripod. It doesn't matter that, you know, maybe my handwriting's a little off, or that access over here, I had to double down on it. It doesn't matter. You know what it says? You know what I'm doing? My intention is to serve this world. So if anybody's got a problem with that, that's a you problem, not a me problem. So if your intention is to serve the world with your art, your music, your creative expression, whatever you've got to offer, just by existing, Taurus, you're very special. So I want you to just take more pressure off. Eat the pizza, eat the cake, do the thing. Don't overdo it, but just, you know, around the full moon, have some fun. And maybe keep your boundaries. What do you mean by that, Sarah? Whenever my inner child needs a pizza, she's like, you need pizza. I'm like, no, actually, you want to order a Papa Gino's pizza in 1993, which doesn't exist anymore, girl. Gluten doesn't really serve you, and you eat mostly organic. So what's underneath it? You want the feeling of the pizza. And so I'll go down and go down and go down into the process. And then, you know, maybe I'll make my own sauce, and I'll make a gluten-free pizza, the ugliest gluten-free pizza, and just enjoy a little bit of, like, I'll make it so it works for my body, and not letting myself, you know, eat all of the things and eat all of this. I do it in the way that's actually the healthiest version for me, Taurus. So you can do that. Like, look, keep going what's underneath the desire, what's underneath it. Yeah. Good job, Taurus. Gemini. How you doing, precious? How you doing, girl? I feel like you could be very helpful for Aries, Leo. Aries and Leo right now, yeah. They're losing some community members, or finding out that a community that they were a part of is not really serving their best interest. Aries is kind of just walking away from it, where Leo is like actually experiencing like some like me. So if you know Gemini, just saying, if you want to be helpful right now for an Aries or a Leo, you could definitely be helpful and step in. Why, Sarah? Because you're coming into your friendships. The North Node is in your house of friendships, community, and wishes for the future. And after everything that you've gone through in the past year, you couldn't care less. If somebody's not meant for you, you're like, leave. Immediately leave. If you can't handle my boundaries, if you can't handle how powerful I am, you can immediately leave. So you could be helpful for them. You know, the sun is right down here at 27 degrees of Leo. This is really like happening very, very close, a few days off from your IC midheaven over here. So it might just feel right now as though things are very public. Some of you might be traveling, some of you might be planning a trip. The rest of 2024, full body chill Gemini, is going to be really powerful. You're upgrading internally. You've known this. Your brain is working 1,000 miles a minute. I would spend some time when the sun is in, Virgo energy, when the sun's transiting your 4th house. I want you to have, if you're traveling, if you're going somewhere else, I want you to have like a little box, like a box of home. Like I'm seeing you with like a chocolate box, or a little like magic bag that no matter where you are on the planet, you open it and maybe there's a handkerchief in it that like you open it up and it's like a tiny little, like, I'm just seeing you have like a little dollhouse that maybe it's like a meditation that you do every morning where you like come up and you got your little box or your little bag and you open it up and you have like a stick or like a candle or like a picture of mom and dad, like this little bit of home that no matter where you are, you always have it with you. I would do this at, rougher times in my life where, I was like living out of suitcases and I was pretty much borderline homeless. I would have this little, I would literally Mary Poppins and I would come out of this suitcase and I would carry bags with me all the time and be like, I'm home where my feet are. So this is a more positive, not a like homeless situation. You're like doing well. And so I would just recommend that for any of my Geminis that are traveling or, like in between paradigms right now. That could be super duper exciting. Yeah, I feel as though starting on the Libra equinox, from equinox to Cap season, this time period for you is going to be so transformative. I just feel like you could be a big help for Aries and for Leo right now. So if you have those people in your life, definitely reach out and just like go to dinner with them. Go to dinner. So we're releasing old versions of quest, adventure, long distance travel, and higher education. This for you, I would say, is about any remnants of imposter syndrome, as well as I'm just hearing like the need to over-educate. We can get lost in that moment of like, it's not perfect. It's not perfect. I need another certification. I need another this. I need another this. No, you don't. You got those two brains. One of them's telepathic. So the way that if you're here at my table, you're integrating metaphysical practices into your leadership growth mindset, your growth and development tools. You are amalgamizing and mastering your reality to go out into the world. It doesn't matter what your age group is. It doesn't matter what your contemporary group is. You know. This has Saturn and Neptune in your 10th house of your career run by Pisces. If you let a pinky of your ego come in, you're going to get punched in the teeth. And you know that. And you absolutely know that. So I just wanted to highlight that. This is one of the T-squares. Venus, house and home, Saturn, Jupiter, and then Sun, Moon, Uranus. These are straddling your ICMC. This is big stuff, straddling your foundational axis. So in a telepathic world, in a world where, our thoughts and words and actions instantaneously manifest, you can't lie to source. So if there's anything tucked in the back that's ego serving, it will come to the surface. It will be very powerful and very seen. I talked about that in one of my Substack articles, that by eclipse season, during eclipse season, which we'll have an eclipse in, the next one is going to be the full moon eclipse is in Pisces, and then the new moon eclipse is going to be in Libra, coming up that September, October. Let me get the dates for you. Yeah, full moon eclipse, 25 degrees of Pisces in the 17th of September. And then the new moon eclipse in Libra at 10 degrees is going to be on the 2nd of October. So like I said in that Substack article, if we avoid our ego and we, keep it in our pocket, we're like, no, this is actually for me and I'm smarter than them, all your cards will fall out. All of them. That's the moment that you're playing poker and your extra few cards pop out and it's embarrassing. So I would say for anyone that's trying to yeah, we're playing chess with the world, but you can't do that with source energy. So I would say having a little bit of a, get to know your ego, get to know your positive and your negative ego. They're never going away. And get to love them, understand where they came from. Is this mother stuff? Is this father stuff? Is this, you know, depending on what generation you're a part of, like Gemini masculines, like a lot of you never had to go to war, never had to do any of these things. So we can get kind of stuck on the intellectual side of things. Be like, no, I'm smart. I know a thing or two about a thing or two. Where you're just worthy by being a good person and by wanting to do something positive and helpful for the world. So understand that that can sometimes be a little bit of the emasculating for the entirety of your collective, truly. It's been a while since we had a draft or that anybody that had to go to war. So there's that level of like, oh, we don't have anything to say, you know, I'm a man, or I'm a woman, or I'm a widow, or I'm a this. I don't know, someone specifically needed that, but just get to know your positive ego and your negative ego and know that you're worthy and you can't lie to God, because God will give you an efficient lesson. Love it. Cancer rising, Cancer sun, Cancer moon. Happy full moon. Happy full moon. Oh, I love this for you. I love this for you. Yeah, that's intense. I'm listening to my guides, and there's a lot of confusion within you right now. Full body chill. It's like, I want to move, but I can't. I feel stuck. I don't understand what's happening. I don't know what's going on. I don't know, Sarah, what's going on? Like, I just don't understand. Like, you said I was going to get this. You said I was going to get this. And then this didn't happen. And then this didn't happen. I need you to breathe. And really, we had talked during the Mars-Jupiter conjunction in your sign. Like, it was just a reading. It wasn't like a do this or do that. You know, definitely download my digital product, How to Work with the Moon, or How to Follow the Moon, and understand like what's happening in between new moons and full moons. But right now, I need you to ground. I really need you to ground. With so many outer planets, this isn't moving quick. That's not moving quick. That's not moving quick. That's not moving quick. That's not moving quick. That's, I mean, kind of moving quick, but it must feel very public. It must feel as though a lot of people are seeing your internal change. I want you to focus on the inner planets. Focus on the sun, and focus on the way that the sun is working and releasing. It's very fascinating. There could be a dip down or an in-between of, you know, I'm going from job to job and there's an in-between time, or it could be on the positive side of things, like an influx of money, a real influx of money. Yeah, I feel like for you and for Scorpio, there's a lot happening, very transformative in your 8th house. For you, it's Pluto. For them, it's Jupiter. Like grounding in ways that are new, Cancer. I need you to kind of like uproot the plant that is you, and kind of like really go to the Capricorn side of things right now. I want you grounding, not on the water, not in air. I need not in fire. I need you grounding in earth. I need like feet in the earth right now. Like the sun is in a fire sign, the moon is in an air sign, you're a water sign, and Capricorn over here, this is your house of relationships, your descendant sign. That's what we look for in others, but we really need to kind of invoke within ourselves. I mean, it's every sort of manifestation, manifesting a partner, manifesting a job, anything. Make a list of all the things that you desire in that partner and then become them. it was interesting. I also was listening to, I'm fascinated by it, but I'm being called to talk about it. I saw it was the wife of a well-known entrepreneur, and it had just popped up on my Instagram feed. And she said, I made a list of all the qualities of my ideal partner. And then I made a list of what he would desire from his ideal partner. And she's like, and I was nothing like that. I was asking for this wealthy, entrepreneurial, leadership-based man when I myself was just floundering. I was still drinking. I was a mess, and I had to heal so much. So she's like, I worked on myself to become his ideal mate. Then we got together. It was like in the middle of her Rocky montage, they got together. So you don't have to become the perfect person. It's not like when I'm, this weight on the scale, then the person's going to come in. It's not like that. It's your intentions, your thoughts, words, actions, and intentions that create the vibration of who you are inside. So right now we're really focused on money, sun in the second house, values and access to resources. And yeah, we're releasing over here. It's releasing a job, releasing an environment, releasing a shared possession. A contract might be falling through this Mercury retrograde for good reason, for really good reason, Cancer. You're very shiny right now. There's a lot happening that says that you have beautiful things coming. The new moon that's coming up in Virgo for you is going to be about communication right over here, early learning and short trips. It might be that it's a short move that comes for you. This is a very, very fascinating chart. It's like moving to the next state over, the next town over, or it's even like taking a new, like instead of taking a back shore drive around the left, take it around the right or go to the next town. Like I need you to really take the plant in the pot. That's the analogy that I'm going to give because it just keeps coming up again. So you have this beautiful plant that's been sitting on your windowsill for ages, and it's lovely and it's wonderful, but the roots are so bound and tight. And so when you take that out of that small pot and you put it in a bigger one, it does two things. It strengthens the roots, but it gives them more space to grow. Yeah. Some of y'all are getting a little too comfortable as that big fish in a small pond. A little too comfortable. And you know it. You know it. Yeah, growth can be really scary. Cardinal water. I know this world is super duper scary. So ground. Go to the woods. Go to the woods. Cancer, I want you doing earth things. Earth things only. I don't want you doing waters. I don't want you at the beach. Go to the beach if you want, dude. It's summertime in Gloucester. I get it. But the medicine, if you want to focus on the medicine right now, the medicine is the trees and the earth. Nope, not the garden. You do that normally. I want you in the woods. I love you. I love you. I said at the beginning, it's going to hit hard. Leo, honey. Leo rising, Leo sun, Leo moon. There's so much going on for you. Some of you are losing people that you thought would be around forever. There is a somberness, and like we talked about in the Mars-Jupiter conjunction, lean on the people in your life that have been there and that will be there. Because this is losing, this is relationships. The important people. Seeing God in another. Jupiter and Mars in your 11th house, right over here. Community, friendships, and wishes for the future. There's a lot of change happening for you right now. There's a lot of change happening for you. And I don't even like, it's like the new moon coming up is in your house of money. I don't even want to say, like, for you, you're just like, money doesn't matter right now. You're in pain, and I just can feel that. And there's deceit. There's just a lot happening right now, Leo. You might feel a little bit alone. This is unexpected. Yeah, this full moon, honest to goodness, I feel like is hitting a lot of you very hard. This is a community that you thought you were going to be a part of. This is something really, really big. And you felt like you were home. I'm going to give very gentle things if you wanted to look at mother and father issues, because there's some projection that's been going on with like Scorpio running your 4th house. You're growing up really fast, Leo. I want to really hug you right now. A lot of you are just growing up so fast, and there are situations that you just didn't expect, and it feels like the carpet was just pulled out from underneath you. I'm just hugging you. I'm really just hugging you right now. This is a deep one, and a very unexpected one, a very unexpected, like, yeah. Yeah, lean into your angels and lean into your community. Your angels are your community. I'm just going to leave that. Please reach out directly if you need anything, Leo. And just, I'm going to be gentle. I don't want to, like, there's been a lot of loss in my local community as of late. And I study this. I study, death. I study people leaving the planet. I study all these things. But there's no amount of understanding that can take away the actual guttural feeling of when somebody loses a loved one on this planet, or when you lose a loved one on this planet. Doesn't matter how much you study it. Doesn't matter how much you know. Doesn't matter how much planetary validation there is. Doesn't matter. Just doesn't matter. It just feels like crap. I love you, Leo. Please call me. Send me an email if you need anyone just to listen. Virgo rising, Virgo sun, Virgo moon. There are some unexpected habits for you that you're just like, wow, I really don't like this anymore. It's interesting. I feel like your season, a lot of you are just going to be like, I don't want to do my job anymore. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. When the sun goes into your sign, for Virgo rising especially, like the sun going into your sign, right now you might be extremely irritable, and you're not taking it out on anyone. You're taking it out on yourself, which I don't want you to do. I don't want you to take it out on anybody, especially yourself, but just like know that across time and space, like, please be kind to yourself. Please start to put Post-its around the house that just say, I am loved, I am worthy, I'm like, I've done enough today. Like, please. Well, you can't say to God, like, everybody's unconditionally lovable, everybody's awesome, except me. I'm a piece of crap, and I haven't figured out my final thing that I'm supposed to do, so I'm obviously behind, and I'm obviously this. Like, be kind to yourself, please. Please be very kind to yourself. Yeah, Scorpio running your 3rd house of communication. My guy, find out where your natal Mercury is and find out how your inner dialogue happens. That would be interesting to find out. I'd be curious, Virgo. If anybody knows, comment below where their natal Mercury is and how their how their inner dialogue and where your natal Saturn is. What is your inner dialogue and your inner disciplinary, and how do they communicate with you? So this is fascinating. This is really those two T-squares. So the Sun, Moon, Uranus, and Venus, Saturn, Jupiter. They're straddling your ascendant, descendant, and your midheaven up here. Self, relationships, public life. This is a fascinating time for you, Virgo, a very fascinating time where you're releasing old habits, old jobs, there's just, I'm having a full body chill. It's like I'm just seeing this moment where you're like at work, you're at your 3D job that you really don't like, and you're just walking around the corner and like you hear your superiors like at the bubbler just being like, oh my God, yeah, Virgo. No, they have no, like, they're just so cheap. And like, we're just so lucky that they have no idea how good they are, because they're doing the job of 7 people that should add another 0 behind their salary, but they're just doing it. So like, whatever. Well, and somebody's like, are you okay with that? And they're like, well, Virgo doesn't care, so why would we care? And you're just like, oh, buddy, okay. This full moon is happening in your house. The 6th house is normally run by Virgo. So for you, it's run by Aquarius. So ask yourself the values that you need to have in your daily life. What do I need to have in my daily life every single day for me to be happy? If time or money were no object, we're coming into big money over here. North Node in our 8th house. We're releasing old values. Black Moon Lilith is in Libra. Regardless of which one you follow, they're both in Libra. Literally, Pluto is going to be in your house of daily life and practical service for 20 years. She's going to dip back down into your house of play from September 1st until November 19th when it goes into Capricorn for a minute. Harness that, utilize that, integrate play and happiness into your life. Maybe you want to have kids, or maybe you want to be teaching or homeschooling or doing something, but it's not a part of the system. You don't want to be doing that anymore. Venus is in your sign. Like, use this. Self, relationship, career. Really, I'd look into the Venus, Saturn, Jupiter T-square right now. Yeah, some play would be really advantageous for you. Take some pressure off. I don't want you concerning yourself with any of your addictive patterns. I'm if they're there, then yeah, but like, try to just like dance and just let things go, and ask yourself, go back and watch the new moon in Leo, and then go watch the full moon in Aquarius introduction, and start to do those practices where it's like, how does the me of the future play and have fun and have leisure and relax? Time or money were no object, and everybody else on the planet had time and money. I don't have to save anyone. What do I want to do? Why am I doing it? Go start to do a lot of those things that I've been recommending for you. It could be helpful. These are very accessible, fundamental, foundational tools to just literally make your trajectory a little bit more efficient. Why do something in 10 years when you can do it in maybe a year? You know? Good stuff. Good stuff. All right, Libra, I'm going to pull us onto the board, and then we're going to get started. When I do my introductions and stuff like that, this is usually the time that I take a pause, because I'm like, everybody take a sip of water. We've been going for 48 minutes. But this one, everybody just breaks it up. So it's just me that needs to take a pause and take a sip of water. Awesome. Awesome. Libra. Libra. I just heard 2 songs in my head simultaneously. Leaving on a jet plane, I don't know when I'll be back again. And then, what was the other one? Going to the chapel and we're gonna get married. Going to the chapel and we're gonna get married. I'm listening to my guides. This is a lot. It has a lot to do with community. Yes, but it's like two very different groups of Libras, and I'm seeing if there are messages for like one group. I'm trying to like ask my guides if they can like encompass it all together, and they're saying no. So some of you are sick of living Groundhog Day. You're really sick of it. You've recognized a little bit of I love how efficient you are in your processes, because it's very much like, it's like a Gemini process is what you're going through. Some of you woke up and you're like, whoa, I've been really okay with being a big fish in a small pond, but now I'm really not okay with how I'm being taken advantage of in my job. Please go talk to Virgo. They could use some help right now. And you're like efficiently processing like how long you stayed in the environment, because you're like, no, I'm totally okay with this. I'm totally okay with this. Everything's fine. But then you're like, oh, no, there's some serious messed uppery at this job and I want to go. And maybe you're dating someone new and you're not really sure what's going on, but it could be a really beautiful prospect. Keep being in that. I would really say, I don't remember if I talked to you about job hunting in the Mars-Jupiter conjunction video. I definitely talked to Cancer about this, but I would maybe spend some time like just researching a new work environment, researching a new job, or asking yourself what it is that you need from your job and your daily life, your environment over here. Because you being on that cardinal axis, Cancer running your house of legacy, public life and image, this is like the mothering sign and the emotional sign. Water running your daily life, water running your legacy. Like, you need to have water running your money. Girl, money is like, literally, I need you to really ask yourself what your values are. But like the money axis is fixed. So I want you to maybe like rebrand how you see money coming in, or get to know money, get to know the energy of money. I totally forget who I talked to about that in the Mars-Jupiter conjunction video, but I would recommend doing that. Like, ground, meditate, bubble yourself, do all of your things. Sarah's protocol is for you if that's new. It's a free digital download. The link is in the description. And just call in the energy of money. What does it look like? What type of a energy looking being does it have? Does it look like a paper bill? Does it look like a mother figure? Does it look like a father figure? Does it look like a fat cat, like man with like a big old suit and just like what does it look like to you? Or is it sensual? Is it lovely? Like, does it like you? Is it helpful to you? Or is it like a plant that's dried out? Like, what does it look like? Yeah, you're going to have an eclipse in Pisces over here, and then you have an eclipse in your sign, girl. September, October, that's the time to literally hop paradigms without having to do anything except laser focus on the course. Laser focus. I'm going to check on Venus. Yeah, Venus is going into your sign on the 29th, the end of the month. So like, take some time to ask yourself during this full moon, like, for so many of you, the other side of them. I totally forgot, sorry. For the other side of Libra, that I was like the other group of Libra, I really would recommend, and please go watch the disclaimer if you've not already, there's some addictive tendencies that are going to be addressed, that will be addressed when the eclipses come, the full moon eclipse that comes up in Pisces, and then the new moon eclipse that comes up in your sign. So either look in the mirror and say, I have a problem and I really need help. Or I'm seeing like people staging an intervention and just being like, hey, Libra, it sounds like you really need help. We're here to help you. But I feel as though for that other group of Libra, if that resonates with you, know that you're not alone. Know that, again, that this is an all signs reading. So I'm not pointing fingers at you. This is me transcending time and space just to say, if you need help, help is available. So please reach out. If I can be helpful to you, please reach out to your VIPs, your community, if they can be helpful for you. And if that resonates with you, know that People are aware that you're struggling. So this isn't going to be like a, oh my God, Libra, what do you mean you have a problem? They're like, dude, I've been worried about you and I've said it before, but you didn't remember. And so I love you and I'm here for you. How can I help? How can I support you? This is a very intense time period where it doesn't matter if you feel imperfect. Just say the word. Just say it. Just say what you're feeling. Say what you're thinking. Say what resonates. Like, say what's in your heart. Say what your truth is. And know that you're not alone. Just know that you're not alone. I'm hugging you, Libra. Libra second group, I'm hugging you across time and space. I'm just here for you. I'm loving you. If I can ever be helpful, that, and I am offering again just a listening, just a coffee talk service where it's not going to be any woo-woo. It's not going to be channeling. It's just going to be you and I having coffee, and you can talk and I can listen. So that is a service that is going to be available, Libra, but it can be available now if you need it. So please reach out. I love you. Scorpio rising, Scorpio sun, Scorpio moon. What's happening, hot stuff? Oh, Jesus God. Oh, Jesus God. All right, I feel like I have to give 2 disclaimers. This is only for Scorpio. So anyone who's watching that is not a Scorpio sun, moon, or rising, please, I just need to talk to Scorpio. I don't need to talk to you right now. And this is how we communicate. So there's some deep mother-father wounding that's coming out right now. That's just coming through for this. And I'm just hearing you say, I've been talking about doing a video on going no contact for a while. And maybe it's the time to do it. My guides are giving a thumbs up on that, because I'm just hearing you say, like, I can't convince them to love me, nor can I parent them. Full moon in the 4th house. Near the anaretic degree. I mean, this is 27, but 29 is the anaretic. So this is house, home, my pocket of the world. Safety is key down here. And for you, your 4th house is run by Aquarius. So there might have been a very unconventional living situation growing up. Parental situation could have been very unconventional. We have, Leo running the 10th house of career up here. So you need praise up top. You need to have that. And you are meant for a very public, they're just saying affluent. You're meant for an affluent stage. You're meant for, even if it's not a public stage, you're meant for something big, tippity top. And that's the focus right now. The focus is on community. Soul purpose is just getting rocked. And normally for you, that's something very casual. But right now, there's some stuff that's coming up with mother, father. And you're just like, I can't change them. It's a beautiful thing, because I'm seeing you very evolved in your role and keeping and holding that boundary. There's just a dramatization that they're putting it through, where it's like, I'm seeing you like keeping a door shut, and like mother, father, capital M, capital F is like shaking on the door, and they're like, Scorpio, but I need you. I need to take things out on you. I need to take it out on you. I always took it out on you, and you let me before, and you let me be the one to like be masochistic. And you're like, I'm healing my sexual side. I'm healing all of my different sides. And you're literally holding the door, being like, I can't do this. And you're keeping the door shut. But then I'm seeing you go inside and just literally be like alone, and like your head is in your hands, and you're like, nobody understands me. I've been talking for a long time right now, Scorpio. I need you to have someone hold space for you. I really need you to hire a shaman, hire a spiritual counselor. Because you're at my table, I need it to be somewhat woo-woo. I need it to be someone that can do energetic work. This is back-end stuff. You are actively showing me in this reading that you're doing the mother, capital M, father, capital F work. You're doing as much as you can. But this is shared possessions. There's only so many times that you can masturbate and like cop paradigms. There's something like, and it could just be like, I'm literally seeing like a string around your pinky that's holding you back that you can't take into your next paradigm. I'm a Scorpio rising. I follow my own advice. I see a shaman. I have someone hold space for me that I don't do trade with, that I just pay this woman and she helps me do the things that I cannot do. We cannot see our shadow. I'm not yelling at you. I'm saying this will be the biggest paradigm jump you have ever experienced. The rest of 2024 could be the biggest paradigm jump you've ever experienced in your life, Scorpio. Please, these are channeled messages. I'm like, you're surrounded by guides. You're surrounded by love. There is so much support available to you. I could not, if you take nothing else from anything that I've ever said to you, Scorpio, I'm getting so emotional for you. I need you to hire someone to hold space for you. The energetic exchange of money for service, I don't care what it is. I don't care what it is. Big or small, I don't care what it is. You investing in paying someone to hold space. This could be, I download a Dr. Joe Dispenza guided meditation and I do it every single day. Whatever it is, Scorpio, do it, and do it as soon as you possibly can. You cannot do this alone. We're not meant to do it alone. We are God having a human experience. If we were meant to do things alone, we would never have come down and transcended to human, or descended into human form. We would have stayed as the space in space that was close to source and stayed whole and stayed part of the one. We came to this planet to polish one facet of the diamond that is not fully polished, that is our higher self, that is source. So you are worthy of help. You are worthy. I love you. I'm sorry I screamed at you, but I really couldn't recommend having someone. It doesn't have to be me. If all I am is the conduit for you to understand that if this resonates with you, you cannot do this alone. Please do not try to do this alone. Some of the most profound shifts and changes that have ever happened in my life, Scorpio, have been in my session with my shaman, in sessions with healers, in tarot readings. Whatever you've given like the power to. What do you mean by that, Sarah? If it's a shaman, if it's astrology, if it's a tarot reader, if it's just sit down talk therapy, whatever you say is the most powerful change. Or if you are a Scorpio who does spiritual counseling, that does healing, whatever your modality is, please go hire someone. It'll shift your entire paradigm as soon as possible. Literally, it will be without time, without space. You will hop a paradigm. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. All I want is for the best for you. So if I want you to have infinite time, infinite money, infinite resources, the ability to travel and do whatever you want, my intention is for you to thrive. I want you to thrive. So go thrive. Sagittarius sun, Sagittarius moon, Sagittarius rising mostly. There's been some big shifts for you. Community is shifting. You're on stage right now. The sun's coming. Virgo season will feel very public for you. Sag rising mostly, but Sag sun and Sag moon, you're probably feeling that a little bit. This is happening you know, 27 degrees of Leo and 27 degrees of Aquarius. So right on your midheaven, and I see the roots of the tree of your life. You're healing some cultural family roots, or you're releasing some cultural family roots. There might be some like unexpected family information that comes about, like you learn something about your ancestral line all of a sudden. You know, the third house is early learning, communication, short trips. So I feel as though there might be some like extracurricular activities, some things that like that are outside of your normal sun in the ninth house and the full moon in the third house. You're just experiencing things that are outside of your normal everyday pattern right now. But yeah, there's a lot happening down here that you're just finding some things out about your family line. Some of you might be moving or thinking about moving. Yeah. God's quarterly from Libra season till Cap season is going to be a very completely life-changing paradigm for you. You and Aries, I feel like you and Aries could get along right now and just have a little bit of a, yeah, Sag, definitely maybe just have dinner with Aries and see how they're doing. And you have very similar things going on as far as paradigm jumping. What you're experiencing is completely different. Their sun is over here right now and it's going over here, but for you the sun is over here and it's going to be going over here. But just from the Libra equinox till the Capricorn solstice is going to just be a big shift. Pardon me. Yeah, some sibling stuff might be coming up. Some sibling order stuff might be coming up. Yeah, I'm seeing like a very, very intricate, you know, like the round peg in a round hole and the square peg in a square hole. I'm seeing the U, Sag, run by Jupiter, this very intricate peg that's been like trying to find its spot, and then all of a sudden it's like shoo, and it just goes right in. Like you've found and solidified a lot of what your people, the South Node in Libra, honest to goodness, I feel as though because the South Node right now is at like 7-8 degrees, it's in the first decan, we're in the home stretch of this transit, and I feel as though the people that you've lost, I don't feel like you're going to lose any more, honest to God. I feel like you've done enough, and the people that are staying in your life are meant to be there. And maybe, if anything, you're just going to be having children or moving and finding a new community. But the people that are in your life right now, I don't see you losing any more. Those are your ride or dies. Those are your ride or dies. Those are your ride or dies. You know, Jupiter in Gemini is, I mean, you got the better part of, oh my God, when does Jupiter go into Cancer? May? Is it May, June? I don't even think I updated my journal, so I don't think I did that far ahead. I didn't, my apologies. But I think I have a Jupiter in Gemini transit. I want to say it's May or June 2025 is when Jupiter goes into your 8th house. Like, this is a fantastic time for the people. Like, I really lean on your friends right now, lean on your community members, lean on your family. Like, things are shifting. This is a big shift, but it does feel as though all of a sudden, no matter what it was that has been happening, you've found your spot, Sag. You've found your spot. I think that's really cool. Whether it was painful or not so painful. Yeah, honestly, I want you to even talk to Leo. I feel like a fire sign party could be really helpful right now, and you could lean on each other. You know, the fire signs, y'all are the main characters of the planet, so it's kind of like you can't understand being a fire sign unless you're a fire sign. You can't. There's nothing that you could say to someone that's like, oh, no, this is what it feels like to be a fire sign. You've got to be a fire sign to feel what it is to be a fire sign. So talk to your fire sign friends, Sag. Talk to your Aries and talk to your Leo friends right now. Oh, geez, Capricorn. That just flew out. Alrighty, Capricorn rising, Capricorn sun, Capricorn moon. What is going on? I'm just listening. There's some inner teenager stuff that's going on, so I'm just going to let it tucker itself out and see what's at the bottom of it. Don't run. I'd literally go watch the reading that I did for the Mars-Jupiter conjunction over here. This is money, values, and access to resources. I want you to go so simple. I want you to release old values and do every single bit of what I had talked about in the new moon in Leo introductory video, and releasing, like, what do you mean by that, Sarah? You know exactly what I mean by it. I'm just saying, like, there's some of you, whomever is here that's got like some inner teenager stuff going on. I did a whole Substack on doing some shadow work questions, what you can really talk about, like with, okay, I'm going to check in. I want to be gentle right now with you because it's like, it's unlike you to be feeling so intense. You are the, most evolved person in your family. Yep. And it must be very lonely. You and Scorpio pay someone to hold space for you, because once you pay someone to hold space for you, we're literally, okay, so I forget where I wrote this. Oh, in my self-mastery program, where it talks about like really deep diving into some work that's going to be available on the 2nd of September, where we're literally the most special beings on this planet. By being a human being right now in the entire universe right now, we're pretty freaking special, being the prophecy, but we're also quite textbook. So whomever you give, like, what do you mean by that, Sarah? You're literally just pages of the DSM-5. You're literally just a sun, moon, and rising sign. You're literally just one Enneagram type, one this type, one that type. You're just the amalgamation of whatever. You're an oldest child, the only child, the middle child, the youngest child. You're so textbook, and once you find out A, what energies you've given validation to, and B, what internal voices are going off in your head, and you start to identify them and master them, and then work with the laws of the universe and flow with the planets of the world, you can master your reality. But we can't have, if you need to have the pity party for yourself, then have the pity party and give it to the full moon. But it's not as, it's like when it comes to money stuff, one of the most profound shifts in my money mindset that changed everything was the second you take your emotions out of money, it's math, dude. It's math. That's it. That's it. And training yourself to say, I manifest money. I'm responsible. Money feels good with me. Money feels safe with me. I've been doing a meditation. I've been offering this to a few different signs. I don't know if it was you. I think it might have been you. Full body chill. Sit and ground and meditate. Do Sarah's protocol if you don't know how to bubble yourself. It's a free digital download. The link is, in the description. Call in the energy of money. What do they look like? Is it just like a $1 bill or $100 bill that like is an animated kind of like the Kool-Aid guy? Or is it like a father figure? Is it a mother figure? Is it sensual? Is it lovely? Is it, like a fat cat being in a, nice 3-piece suit? What does the energy of money look like to you? How do they interact with you? How do you interact with it? Have you given authority to it? It is energy and it lives inside of you. You are the one. You are. It is you, Neo. You're the one. Money lives in you. You are source having this human experience. We cannot say, like, yes, connecting to the mother and the father in the sky inside of ourselves, Gaia and Papa Sky. Yes, but you are source experiencing itself. That's why everyone is trying to create, whether they have this language or not, consciously or unconsciously, everyone is trying to create a side hustle because they want to be responsible for their money. They want to be responsible for their trajectory. Release old, very small ideals about money. Very small. This is mother father stuff, honest to goodness, north node, south node type thing. This is saying to your parents, the internal parents inside of you, the parents that taught you when you were imprinted on. These are programs, Capricorn, that say, oh, I, can manifest just this and just that, and that's enough. And, whether it be Catholic programming, whether it be your parents had, lack, scarcity mindset, whatever it was, but this is releasing those programs, Capricorn. The frickin' say it's still going, and like pretty intensely too. So this is a good time for you to release some old values, old versions of lack, and take a long weekend. And honestly, and that's okay, like stretch yourself a little and sink into the comfortability of stretching. Cap, this is intense stuff, but just go watch that Mars-Jupiter conjunction video. Don't leave the table before the universe blesses you, because it's happening. It's birthing from the inside out. That's why it's so uncomfortable. That's that physical stuff that's going on. To a subscriber, I'm going to send you a little video, but that's what it is. It's literally things are birthing from the inside out, and that's why your body feels so uncomfortable. That's where the shivers are coming from. That's where the chills are coming from. It's literally my whole body's having a reaction. That's what it is. It's because it's birthing from the inside out, and it doesn't make sense. It's like in the same way when you're a mama and you're, pregnant and your body is going through all these changes, you're just birthing a new paradigm right now, and that's why your body's going through so many internal stuff. Send me an email, please. Send me an email and we'll talk more directly. I'm excited for you. Capricorn and my Capricorn subscriber. Very excited. Aquarius. Aquarius. Oh my God, it's the first time I didn't do Aquarius. You were like, yeah, girl, I know. And I was excited about it, but you did it anyways. I love you. I love how sassy you are. Happy full moon on your sign. This is intense. I'm just seeing you like showing up to work tomorrow with like a completely new haircut, a completely new paradigm, a completely new ideology, like a completely new person. And the people that aren't meant to be a new vibration are just like, oh my God, what happened to Aquarius? And you're just like, this is actually who I am. And then the people that are meant for you don't even mention it. Yeah, you just vibe and they're just like, hey, so what'd you have for dinner last night? Like they don't care. Not that they don't care about you, but they just literally are like, yeah, you can be however you want to be. Like, it's a vibration. That's it. That could be the whole reading, honestly. I would love for you to take a rest day. I'm listening to my guides. They don't want to talk about the addiction stuff. They don't want to mention it because it just feels intense with Pluto like really about to go back into Capricorn. It just might feel overwhelming. You know, when Mars is in your 6th house, that might be a time that things really come up. But right now, Aquarius, like I really want you being gentle with yourself. I just want you to let the most authentic version of you just birth, just be. Like there's no instructions that I want to give you. Just maybe do some more meditation in the morning and ask yourself, what does the most abundant version of me feel? Very Dr. Joe Dispenza information. Like, how do they walk? How do they talk? What do they wear? How do they act? What pace do they go out? How do they breathe? Like, sit with it in the morning in meditation, and don't get up until you feel comfortable and confident to be that person. And that way, that practice will show you, A, how uncomfortable you can be around certain people, and B, how different the real you and the you that you are within your relationships actually is. How easily you amalgamize to the energy of the room instead of being the most authentic you. Yeah, I think when Mars goes into the 6th house, we'll talk more about habits. But right now, this is just literally about releasing any old version of self that doesn't feel like the you of the real world, like who you really are. Like, who you really are, who you are when no one is watching is who you really are. And so sit with that you as often as you need to, so you get to know that you, Aquarius, and you get to know that version of yourself, so that you understand, when am I amalgamizing with other people? Why did I do that? Is this a program? Is this conscious? Is this unconscious? Is this subconscious? And just get to know how different the old you and the new you are, and start to let, around this full moon, that old you just die. Do a ceremony for them. Maybe the practical full moon release technique in the How to Work with the Moon or How to Follow the Moon digital download. It's a $4.99 digital download. If that's not accessible for you, please call me and I'll send you a coupon. Like, I want you to have these resources, but please do some woo-woo around this, and get to know both sides of yourself, the new you or the most authentic you, and the old you. Awesome. Pisces, sweet, precious pea, how are you? How are you? This is my all signs reading. This is for Pisces rising, Pisces sun, Pisces moon. That's a lot. I love that for you. This is still going off. Still going off. Like, since Capricorn, it's been going off. So, my ancients and baby ancients are experiencing a lot. What do you mean by that, Sarah? Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, so they're the infant baby rams, and you're the baby ancients because you're the last closest to the first sign of the zodiac. So Cap, Aquarius, and Pisces are the oldest signs of the zodiac. So y'all are just like feeling it. Like, what is going on with this planet? I know my soul's doing all right, but my human is not feeling good. Yeah, this is very close to the end of your entire chart. This is at 27 degrees of Aquarius. Pisces rising, mostly this reading will be for, but Pisces sun and Pisces moon, you can understand the vibration of it, but don't go off it. Like, see how this is just happening right on the descendant ascendant line? That's just for them. So find out exactly where this full moon is falling in your chart, Pisces sun and Pisces moon, and maybe watch that reading more so than this one. I feel like this is Pisces rising. Very specifically, my guides are like, no, everybody can watch this, Sarah. It's okay. There's such a Pisces. I love the guides of the Pisces. They're so pure and so welcoming and so loving. If time or money were no object, what would you do every single day of your life? But everyone on the planet had infinite time and infinite money as well. I've asked that question numerous times in the past 3 to 6 months, and I want you to focus only on that question right now. This is the health axis, daily life, practical service, what I do every day, soul purpose, healing closures, and coming home. This house is normally run by Pisces, so it's a Piscean run house that you're having the full moon in Aquarius, the very, very end of your chart. So once we get to Virgo season, we'll be focused on relationships, and we're going to have a new moon in Virgo, which is going to be about manifesting relationships or having a new community. If maybe you just feel Oh, I feel like communities are breaking up right now for you. It just feels as though there's like you want to run, you want to go, but it's just because you're kind of mad at yourself because you wanted to go a long time ago and now you're getting frustrated over the community that you're in. And you're just like, why didn't I leave when I had the first idea to leave? Because it's the baby ancient sign. You're so close to Aries that you can get like caught up in the negative side of Aries, which is like talking yourself in and out of things too quickly, where you're the most evolved sign in the entire zodiac that says, and you have Neptune and Saturn both retrograde in your sign right now. So take some pressure off, please. You will have an eclipse in your sign. I know, yeah, because I know the Aries Libra axis is where the eclipses are happening, but we get a full moon eclipse in your sign coming up in September. So you can very easily hop a paradigm on this one and just, this is coming through. It's very interesting. You needed to energetically be around a community, just literally to hold space energetically. This could have been completely subconscious or unconscious, like completely unconscious. You just energetically needed to be around some people. But now that you see, like, yeah, you've got the feeling, you know, there's a changing of the guard coming. Micro or macro, whichever way you spin it, you know that, like, what do you mean by that, Sarah? You know that in your 3D job, your whatever, you're like, yeah, this, I have a feeling that the boss is going to leave, or a whole group of people are looking for new jobs right now. Like, some, you know, energetically that something, the team that you're on is about to dissipate. And it's not that you want to get out before the thing crumbles, but you kind of stayed in it for longer. And now you're understanding a little bit of like, oh, I got that download a long time ago. I kind of knew what was coming and I didn't leave, but I didn't understand the download. I didn't know what was supposed to happen. Don't double down and be mad at yourself where you're like, oh, I knew then that the team was going to break up. You knew, you had the foresight, the oracle eye, the Pisces vision to be like, oh, this is shifting and changing. It just wasn't your time. Now it's your time. Yeah, you can start looking for a new job right now. You can start, investing in things that are meant to be invested in. You have the North Node in your house of money and your South Node releasing in, shared possessions and deep transformation. Perfect time, very advantageous time for you to be looking for a new opportunity. Jupiter in your house and home. Mars is in your house and home. Jupiter's going to be here until, 2025. Beautiful time for you to, oh my God. And then you're going to have Saturn and Neptune going into your house of money together. 2025 could be the year to really shift and change entire paradigms. Yeah. This, when we get to cap season, that would be the perfect time for you to be, oof, girl, I'm so excited for you. And the North Node was going to be in your sign. Yeah, 2025 for you Pisces is like, if you want to start really anticipate moving, not like pack boxes, but like start to take a road trip to where you want to be moving to, start to research the area, like really look at jobs, look at doing, off-site jobs or, working from home jobs that you can do. This is a great time for you Pisces to be looking for a big shift, a big change. And also from Libra season over until cap season, you're going to be shining like a minor league baseball player. So that'll be the perfect time for like team to be coming in to help you for this time period. I'd say have conversations for Virgo season and talk to your VIPs, the people that are in your life after you've moved, after you've done anything. Only talk to them and start to pull back from those conversations that you would have with just your, watering hole people. Like, don't give away the farm. Yeah. Talk to God and your VIPs and don't keep your cards close to your chest right now, Pisces, and just have that like twinkle in your eye. Kind of like when Frodo knew that he was getting on the last ship at the end of Return of the King. He just had that twinkle in his eye and he was kind of like pulling back from Sam. He wasn't really chatting too much about what was going on in his life. And he was just like, yeah, I'm leaving this place forever. But he didn't tell Sam until the last freaking second. So wait until it's your last day and then tell the team it's your last day. I've done that before too. It's okay to do. Thank you so much, Pisces. I'm so proud of you. If you need anything, just call me. Yeah, that new moon is going to be in your house of relationships. So if you need team to hire to help you get to the paradigm that you want to be at by end of full year, not end of like over here is end of God's year, but like, you know what I mean? Cap, Aquarius season. Happy full moon. I love y'all so much. I will see you on the other side of this one.